The unseen guest Jake had always been skeptical about ghosts, but when he moved into the old apartment downtown, something felt wrong. It was cheap, and the landlord didn't ask many questions, which he thought was strange, but he needed a place to stay. The first few nights were quiet. He settled into his new routine, though he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching him. The air always seemed a little colder in the hallway, but he dismissed it as old pipes or drafts. One evening, after a long day of work, Jake sat down to eat dinner when he heard the sound of soft footsteps behind him. He turned, expecting to see his neighbor, but no one was there. He shrugged it off, though the unease in his stomach lingered. That night, the footsteps grew louder. As he lay in bed, he could hear them pacing back and forth in the hallway outside his door. Tap, tap, tap. They stopped suddenly, but Jake felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if someone was standing right outside his room watching him. He decided to confront it. Opening the door, he found nothing, just the empty, dark hallway. But then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw it. A figure, faint and translucent, standing at the end of the hallway. Its eyes were hollow, black pits, and its mouth stretched into a grotesque, silent scream. The ghost slowly began to move toward him, its feet never touching the ground. Jake slammed the door shut and locked it. His heart pounded in his chest as he backed away from the door. But the tapping began again, this time on the inside of his room. Tap, 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 as if someone or something was right behind him. He spun around. The figure stood in the corner of his room now, staring at him with its hollow eyes. "You shouldn't be here," it whispered, its voice like wind howling through broken glass. Jake tried to scream, but the words caught in his throat. The ghost moved closer, its cold presence suffocating the air around him. And in that moment, Jake understood. Some ghosts never leave.